Well, you know what? I wanted to jump into 1998. I was 22 at the time, and we had the dot-com market bubble, right? Everything was going up. And I mean, the chart looked fine, looked sexy to me, right? So I was going to get rich. 1998, that was my time. I was going to get rich. I mean, look at that chart, right? So I took all my savings, all my pocket money, and I looked. I mean, I did research, right? I did proper research. I would go in and I would look at the coins that had already performed the best, only at their all-time highs. Those were the coins that I was buying, or stocks. And look what happened.
T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, boost ignition, and liftoff.
Now you might remember, right, the dot-com bubble. So what happened right after I basically bought at the top, and then it just went down, crashing. I mean, what a shit show. And in fact, now I have to put myself away here because I'm a little too big. In fact, and this is what I want to show you here, if you put me smaller, here. So you can see here, this was the high in 2000, down on the left. And then it basically took 15 years to break even. So what does this tell us? It tells us timing is everything when it comes to investing. And that's all I got to say about that. As I said, I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps, cryptocurrency portfolio update. In case you're new to this channel, then do me a favor, hit like, smash, subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can, this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Harachi, and I have proven that I am number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's young, he's handsome, he's a prophet, he's a poet. They know it. I must be the greatest. I told the world.
Time to buy. Cryptocurrency portfolio update. First things first. I will go through all the coins, and I also want to let you know that when I am in the main studio, I just wanted to show you that here. You can see here down below this ticker. This is all the coins that we are holding. We simply, you know, in 45 minutes, I don't have time to talk about all the coins that Betty owns. So I always pick a few ones, but you can see down below, these are the ones that we are holding. And I might talk about them today, or I might talk about them next time. And if you have any questions, we'll take them in the end. So what does it take to become a full-time profitable investor? Well, it takes discipline, right? It takes knowledge and wisdom, experience and time. It's a little bit the same. You see, if I hadn't experienced and lost in 1998 or dot-com bubble, I probably wouldn't be number one today, because at that time for sure I was no one, right? So it's been many years, and you cannot study, educate yourself when it comes to experience and time. Another important thing is you got to be unemotional. You cannot develop any kind of love to any kind of coins, right? Please don't do that. So unemotional. Furthermore, what are we doing here with our portfolio? Well, we invest in cryptocurrencies. Staking, farming has been an avenue that was really profitable, especially when we were going into the bear market and in the bear market. However, as you will see, I am starting to unstake, especially our stable coins, because I want to take those stable coins out and I want to enter or put them in to altcoins, because I believe that now is the time and the reward is obviously bigger. But we will look at that. Precious metals, always good to have a little bit on the side. That just goes without saying. When it comes to cryptocurrencies or the future of finance, I think there's two, we have to separate. We have to look at the blockchain infrastructure, which is obviously Ethereum. It's the base layers, right? And everything you need in order to be able to transact on the blockchain. But remember, this is just I mean, it's a means to an end, right? It's like hardware, it's like a telephone, right? So, and we need cable. But the blockchain is set up in order for traditional enterprises, traditional industries to migrate onto the blockchain. So this means maybe we won't see these excessive returns on the base layers like Ethereum, like Polkadot, but we need to focus more on the enterprises that are going to migrate onto the blockchain. That's why traditional industries that are migrating onto the blockchain. What I like to do is I like to average in and average out. This is simple, and I'm not a day trader. I think you know that, right? We are swing traders, but with 1 to 3 years period. For the longest time, for probably the past 7 months or 8 months or something like that, I have said that we are providing liquidity, 50% stablecoins, 50% altcoins. This has now changed. You can see here. So I just need to have a sip here. So we have been liquidating a lot of our farming positions, taking those stable coins and putting them into altcoins. So we have currently around 25% stable coins. Now there's one thing, and this is a little bit the topic of today: timing the market. This is the most important and it's the most difficult thing. You get it right, well, you are a rock star, right? You get it wrong, you're not a rock star. How to point this out? Well, if you look at the market crash of 1929, right? So it was, the market crash of 1929 was actually just the start of a very long bear market that lasted into 1932 and signaled the start of the Great Depression of the 30s. So what we need to point out here is that actually from 1929 to 1932, the market lost 72% in those 3 years. Now, if we look at the chart here, you can see that just like I did in 1998, I bought, at the high, right? And many people did that. However, it took them 3 years to crash, where it lost 72%. So if and that's unfortunate that most retail investors, they buy high and they sell low, and that is what we have to what we have to help new investors to not to do. So if anybody who got in there at the high, they would have needed to wait, like 20 years to break even. However, if you would have been smart, you would have bought low, sold high, enter again when it's low. Now, you know that I like to call myself number one for a reason. We have had this channel now for 2 years, and we did make a series of videos in 2020 where we recommended, or we didn't recommend, and we don't recommend nothing, right? Remember, everything I say and do is not financial advice, because in the end of the day, I don't own anything, and I'm happy, and as you know, I don't know shit about crypto. So what I did for Betty was that we entered the market heavily in 19 and 20, and we made videos. We also made a lot of videos, and I was very vocal when we were liquidating our positions, and we took great profits. It even went further than that. Maybe we were wrong because we sold, when I said we sold there in around May, and we did see the market go up a little bit, in November, going slightly higher. But hey, compared to where it went down. And I did say, exit the market, because we're going to enter it again, and we're going to buy quality over quantity at 50 to 80% below the all-time highs. I don't like to, clap myself on the shoulders, but there literally hasn't been anyone that has done better than I have, in terms of timing here. So what did I want to show you here? I don't know if you remember, 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I had this slide here for you, and I said, I'm going to put in buy orders for Bitcoin at 80% below its all-time high, 84% from Ethereum, 91% from Chainlink's all-time high, and 89% from Cardano's all-time high. And so remember, made the purple lines, said already put buy orders. Bitcoin, well, we didn't get anything at 13,000. Ethereum, well, we didn't get anything at 755. With Chainlink, almost at $4.60. But look at this. Cardano we got 34 cents on the dollar. It's not bad. The others might come, right? So I just wanted to follow up in case you watched the stream when we did that, then you will remember. These are some of the tokens that we hold, and I think now is the time to enter the market. And so the coins that we are going to talk about today are all coins in our portfolio, in Betty's portfolio, right? But of course, it is important to differentiate and look. It's a very simplistic slide. You can see currently what these coins are down from their past all-time highs. That's in red, and the potential gain if they were to reach the previous all-time high. So yeah, I mean here IOTA, MIOTA, love it, 1,784%. It's down 95%, right? And it is important. For me to say that forget about shit coins at the moment. Forget about smaller coins. The best thing you can do is go in and buy the good stuff, quality, because I really sincerely believe you're never gonna get it at such discount again. So first we need to buy quality. Once we're gonna see a turnaround and we're gonna get out of this bear cycle, then the quality top protocols are going to see inflows of money first, and then after it will subsequently, let's say, trickle down to shitcoins in the end. And when we are really seeing the shittiest shitcoin, going to the moon, that's when we're going to exit the market again. So what is it that we focus on? Well, we focus obviously on Ethereum, Cardano. It's not a lot when it comes to Cardano. Binance, Kusama, I love Kusama. Polkadot, love Polkadot, and Solana. This doesn't mean that there are not other ecosystems that are good, but there's only so much time, so kind of need to focus on certain, narrow it down. I trade for Betty on various exchanges, centralized and decentralized. You need to have access to all of them because not every coin is traded or listed on every exchange. So we use Kraken, Binance, KuCoin, Gate.io, and Huobi. And Kraken, Binance, and KuCoin, I prefer them. All good and trusted and big, but they are centralized. When it comes to decentralized exchanges, Uniswap, of course, the biggest, and I believe it's going to remain the ultimate biggest decentralized exchange when it comes to the future of finance. PancakeSwap, hate that name, right? But PancakeSwap use NetSwap also, and Radium on Solana. Guys, I just need a quick sip. So, it's also important to look at the base layers, right? Ethereum, Polkadot, Kusama, Cardano, Binance, Solana. And as I said in the beginning, that's what we do. We focus on two different segments. Infrastructure, in order to set up the Web 3.0, and then the traditional industries that will migrate onto the blockchain. Every ecosystem, doesn't matter if it's Ethereum, if it's Polkadot, if it's Solana, if it's Avalanche, they need the same kind of infrastructure. And ultimately, all of them will need to be interoperable so that they can interact with each other. But let's say that the core infrastructure is the decentralized exchanges, it's lending protocols, storage, decentralized storage, I believe that's big, automated market makers, oracles, aggregators, and NFTs. I did, this is a little bit, it's a little bit off topic, but I did, Ivan on Tech, I love him. And he also yesterday, because I think he really knows a thing or two about actually programming and the technology. And he was also like NFTs. Yeah, I mean, we had, you see, and I want to point this out because I think it's important. In 1718, the hype of the market was IGOs or initial ICOs, initial coin offerings, right? That was kind of like the whole hype of that bull cycle. Now, the previous one that we just had, it was kind of like NFT driven. However, I never really talked a lot and promoted NFTs here on this channel because to me it didn't really make sense, right? Why would you want to pay so much money for naked monkeys dancing? And you think you can really make a lot of money on that? Well, many have, but I didn't really see the utility in it. So I think that NFTs is going to have a completely different, let's say, it has its justification in the space, but not for these naked monkeys, but more for tokenizing real world assets onto the blockchain. Like, for example, if you make a will, right, before you die, then you put your house and all your billions in a smart contract in an NFT, and then you can pass it on. So I think that's where we have more utility and more potential when it comes to NFTs. So staking, as I said, I've taken a few of our coins where I always show you what we are doing. However, as I said, we are scaling back the staking and the farming. But currently, so you can see here, Ethereum was also the first position that I ever bought in 2015 at $11. Currently staking Ethereum with USDC providing liquidity, and I'm doing this on NetSwap actually for 13%, and that's kind of okay. So, but it can be now. You see, this is where I was saying that I will start liquidating the staking farming positions, because when we were seeing the market at its all-time high going down in the bear market, it was really nice to take your coins and provide liquidity and get your 13% in this case on a stable coin and on your Ethereum. I mean, no problems here, no problems there, right? You wait it out. However, now when we are seeing that so many coins are trading, as we can see here, 73% to 93% below their recent all-time high, and you can see in green the potential reward. That's why I feel that now it's the time to unstake. So I'm just saying that, so that's what we're going to do. Furthermore, also Chromia. I don't speak a lot about Chromia. Chromia is a great coin from my point of view. Protocol, lots of potential. We hold Chromia, and we did that since 2019. And we're still holding, and we are providing liquidity on PancakeSwap. So 50% Chromia, 50% BUSD, and generating 14% APY. On NetSwap, there we stake ETH and USDC. That says 4%, but that is wrong. I mean, not updated. Sorry for that. And we also do Metis. Metis has brought, in the past brought us a lot of joy. Still have a few Metis. And we are staking Metis together with USDC at 17% on also NetSwap. Thorchain Rune, holding, waiting, staking at 14% in combination with USDT. IOTA Miota. Also talk too little about that. That is really one protocol that has huge potential. I mean, I gotta say. I'm just letting this rocket off because really IOTA, they deserve it. And IOTA is also trading, I don't know, 70-80% below its all-time high. So what are we doing with IOTA? Well, there I am staking the IOTA tokens that we hold and generating assembly tokens. I mean, I don't know at what percentage, but we've been doing that for a while. Radium on Solana. There we are staking our Radium coins at around 10% APY, and we're also providing liquidity, Radium USDC at 25%. However, for next time we're gonna have cryptocurrency portfolio update, I will not have these farming positions. We are actually gonna exit them for the reasons that I have mentioned before. Much higher potential of rewards by entering into altcoins as opposed to holding them in stable coins, right? Now is the time to enter the market, average in. We also hold, some cakes, and we have locked them up until January, and at 36% APY. I mean, it's really nice that, even there's a bear market and you can provide liquidity, or you can stake, and you're still earning more coins in the protocols that we believe are high quality. One of my absolute favorites, synthetics, right? I mean, here we are staking. I mean, it changes every week, but I think currently it's around 40%. And sometimes I put down here the position size. If the position, if the coin should hit its previous all-time high, for example, in this case, then Betty's position in synthetics would be $1.4 million. Virtual Poker, that's maybe not a top quality coin, but remember, we hold many coins, right? And I do believe the Virtual Poker has a potential. Anyway, we are staking at 50%, and should it hit its all-time high, then Betty would have 370,000 in Virtual Poker. Fun enough. In order also to diversify, because instead of only talking about the top coins, remember, not a long time ago, a few weeks ago, I announced that we were re-entering Red Kite Poker Foundry, that now for the third time has changed their name to Firebird. I mean, I hope there's a lot of fire there. But I don't know, if you're new to this channel, then you won't know. If you're old and been around since we started, then you remember our gaming adventure. Poker Foundry and Red Kite and Firebird and Gamify are basically initial gaming coins offering platforms. And we made a ton of money last year. So this time, 3 weeks ago, we re-entered both in Firebird or in Red Kite. We invested $10,000 here in Red Kite, and should it go to its all-time high, those 10,000 would turn into 251,000. But I mean, this is a little, there's more risk here involved. We have the Phoenix status, which means we are in the highest tier. However, right now I would not participate in any IGO. But once we're going to see the third cycle, as I like to call it, then we are for sure going to see lots of inflow of money. And I think it's important then, or you could benefit from having a high tier level in these launch pads. Gamify the same here. We invested 5,000. Should it go to its all-time high, then those 5,000 would turn into 182,000. And if we look last time when we were participating in all this gaming circus, actually we made the best returns just by buying the launch pad coins, holding them and selling them at the right moment. Engine on the wall. This is a super top coin. We hold it. We are providing liquidity on Binance here. Engine USDT. I don't think at 25%. It also varies. Goes up and down. And then Power Ledger. Love Power Ledger. And taking that 11. We got Internet Computer. This is because our good friend J Dubs, he thinks Internet Computer is good. I actually really do not have a view on this. So this is not, where I would recommend it from the bottom of my heart. But let's see. And then we love Unibright. But we're not really staking. We're not getting anything there. Ether Risk, love it. But even more than Ether Risk, I like Insure Ace. Remember, I think there are a few segments that are really going to take off in the next cycle. It is decentralized identity on the blockchain, such as, we have a few there, but my favorite is Litentry, right? that is really something that I think is going to take off. The other thing that's really going to take off is decentralized storage. And we also have to see, of course, the traditional industries that are going to migrate onto the blockchain. And insurance, we know that insurance always played a big role. That is why I believe that you should diversify into a few insurance protocols like InsurAce. I think they're good. I prefer them. EtherRisk, I think they're good, and there are a few others. But nevertheless, currently also InsurAce, I think it's down, 98% from its all-time high. Lots of potential there. Moving on to our Polkadot portfolio. Well, here you can see the ones that we are holding is Akala, Moonbeam, A-Star, Detentry, Thala, Parallel Finance, Cross Network, and of course, Kyling. There's so many other protocols that are launching and participating in the auctions, but right now, it's always good to diversify more, but we're not going to venture in at the moment to more tokens. When it comes to Kusama, we are holding Moonriver, Karura, Sheeden, Kala, Altair, and Frost Shadow, Bifrost, and Killed Spirit Net. And that's currently the staking rewards are not so great on in Polkadot and Kusama, I have to say. But we believe in the overall ecosystem that it will evolve and generate lots of happiness. Guys, this was basically it.